So, what do you think about Kishida's visit to Seoul?
It's interesting, isn't it? He's leaving office soon, and he's making a big effort to improve relations with South Korea. I wonder if it's just a way to end his term on a high note, or if he genuinely believes in the importance of cooperation between our two countries.
It's a complex situation, but I think it's important to remain optimistic. The fact that Kishida is making this effort to improve relations with South Korea shows that there is a desire for cooperation on both sides, and I believe that, despite the challenges, we can build a stronger and more stable relationship between our two countries.
I hope you're right. It's certainly in both our interests to do so, but it's going to take a lot of effort and a willingness to compromise on both sides.
I think it's a bit of both. He's definitely trying to leave a positive legacy, but he also knows that Japan and South Korea need to work together to address the challenges they face in the region. North Korea's nuclear program, China's growing influence, and the need to strengthen the U.S. alliance, these are all issues that require cooperation.
That's true. But it's hard to forget the history between our two countries. The colonial period, the forced labor issue, the comfort women issue, these are wounds that haven't fully healed.
I agree. It's important to acknowledge the past, but we also need to look to the future. Yoon's decision to create a fund to compensate the victims of forced labor was a controversial move, but it was a step in the right direction. It showed that he was willing to move beyond the past and focus on building a better relationship with Japan.
Yes, but some people argue that he's being too submissive to Tokyo. They say that he's sacrificing South Korea's national interest for the sake of improving relations with Japan.
That's a valid concern. But I think it's important to remember that South Korea and Japan are both key U.S. allies in Asia. We need to work together to maintain regional stability and security, and that means putting aside historical grievances and focusing on common goals.
I understand that, but I still have some reservations. I'm worried that the current momentum for improved relations might not last. What happens after Kishida leaves office? Will the next Japanese prime minister be as committed to improving ties with South Korea?
That's a good question. It depends on who wins the Liberal Democratic Party leadership election. If Koizumi wins, he's likely to continue Kishida's policies, but his frequent visits to Yasukuni Shrine could be a problem. It's a sensitive issue for South Korea, and it could damage relations.
Yes, I agree. Yasukuni Shrine is a symbol of Japan's militaristic past, and it's a reminder of the suffering that South Korea endured during the colonial period. It's hard to imagine South Korea accepting a Japanese prime minister who regularly visits that shrine.